Hello everybody and welcome to another toy review. Today I am taking a look at the first season of the *Superwings toys. If you haven't checked out the *Superwings show, I highly recommend it. I think your kids will absolutely love it if they like shows like Dino Trucks or Paw Patrol. It has that sort of fun, educational vibe to it. Now, I have already taken a look at Jett, but I managed to get the whole set of these in. So we have Jett, we have his friends Donnie, Jerome, and Dizzy. Basically, Jett will fly off to different parts of the world to deliver parcels to children that need something. I think the very first episode, they needed a shadow puppet in China, so he delivered the shadow puppet. But when they're at the location, they always encounter a problem, and that's when he calls upon his friends to help him rectify that problem. Each of them have their own very unique skills. Donnie being one of my favourite, he's like a genius inventor, and the stuff he comes out with is awesome. Now, although these say 3+ and the actual show itself is aimed at preschool, my son of 7 absolutely loves these. He kind of bashes them around with his rescue bot transformers. They're very, very strong, very well made, easy to transform, but yet very enjoyable to do. The packaging on the figures is pretty straightforward. On the front there we've got the vehicle and the bot modes. We've got a little bit of a runway underneath their feet there, and a lovely grass backdrop. Swinging the box around, we have the other characters in the series, brought to us by Auldey Toys and Alpha. Very, very good line. If you missed my Jett review, basically this is a joint venture between China, Korea, and America to make a program. Basically, they dub it in their own language, but it's the same program, and it's just aimed at those kids to educate them and make it fun and enjoyable. Now, here they all are out of their plastic prisons. Kids, if you're watching this video, you're going to need a grown-up's help to get them out of the boxes. They're held in by some cable ties, and they're really difficult to get out. So just get somebody to cut them out with scissors. Don't do it yourself, just get a grown-up's help. The figures themselves are very nice. Nice clean paint applications. Love those big chunky eyes on those and the really happy-go-lucky expressions. Donnie is by far my favourite. I love him. He doesn't have the little goofy teeth that he has in the show, but he does have his mouth shut, so I think that's acceptable. I just love the propeller plane. He's got the little landing pods underneath there. The propellers do move. They are made of a very rubbery plastic. I can't see that's going to come off anytime soon, so there's no real fear of any choking hazards or anything there. Just what a fantastic looking figure. Lovely little button nose there. We've already touched on Jett in his own review when I got the products from Toys. He is a good figure. He's the leader of the bunch. He's the main guy that goes out and does all of the hard work. These other guys just kind of turn up and help when needed. And finally, Jerome. Jerome, in my opinion, is probably the worst of the bunch. He's just got very long arms. He looks very robotic. He doesn't have that kind of hunched, squat look like the others do. Still got an amazing expression in his eyes. He looks like a little puppy dog. For those Transformer fans out there that want these for their own collection or for their children, they stand approximately the size of a kind of normal deluxe figure. Just brought in my son's Bumblebee and Grimlock, just to give you an idea. It's a good size. Not too big for them to hold, and not too small for them to choke on things. Now, to get these figures transformed up, it's pretty straightforward. If you just flip the hands in, I'll do Dizzy first. She kind of looks after Jett. She sees him as a brother. So let's just pop those in, and fold those into the side. Very smooth transition. Everything fits in very nicely. This section here is on a ratchet joint on the inside there. We can flip that up. These legs are going to flip up and they're going to come just into the back here. We can plug the legs together. Then you want to swivel this waist just upwards, then push the legs up into that gap and they click into place. There she is in her very nice helicopter mode. And we do have little wheels to make her roll as well. Now Jerome's transformation is pretty much the same. Now he is a stunt flyer, so he's got a much sleeker looking design to him. We want to pull his arms out, rotate them around and compress them, and there's a little tab underneath here. It's going to push in and tab into place. We can then fold the wing down. Do the same with this side, pull the arm out, rotate it around, collapse that in, push and secure, and fold that wing down. We could then tab the legs together, push the feet together, the heel and the toe just push together, and this whole back section here is going to slide outwards. Flip out the wheels from underneath, this side, and then this one just springs up. And now with this wheel out of the way, it allows this section here to rock underneath. And we're going to line these up, and we are just going to slide those up and over, locking that into place, and that seals up all this area here. The hands just tuck inside the legs, making them nice and tidy, and then we can just fold down those rear wings, and there we have him. There we have Jerome in his stunt jet. That's a pretty sleek looking jet, isn't it? Right, to get Donnie changed up, it's very similar to what we got with Dizzy. Just flick the hands up, compress those arms, slot them nicely into the body, come around to the back, flip up his tail fin, flip the wheels down, then bring these legs on this ratchet joint, tighten them together, and then slide that up and out of the way, tabbing that nicely in, and then we can just flip down his front wheel, and there we have him. There we have Donnie. I love how all of these, their alt modes turn them into a different size. They're not all exactly the same size. And last by no means least, let's transform Jett. Again, push those hands upwards, compress the arms in and slot them in. Same with this side, hand in, compress and slot that in. This time, we're going to rotate the front of his legs. They just spin round like this. Lift up his tail section. The legs will tab together. Flip the wheels down. Bring this all the way up. Now you can compress these leg sections. They sit nicely at the back there, leveling out the back of the jet. And then open up these rear wings. Fold down his front landing gear. And there we have him. There we have Jett. Lovely little hook on here so you can take off and then fire him forwards. Now, this is the kind of deluxe size figures. You can get some very smaller ones as well, and you can also get an airport. There's a whole airport for them all to mess around on. It's definitely a fun series of toys. It's nice to have something that kind of bridges that gap between what my child collects and what I collect, and he plays with these. I may occasionally pick them up and have a little around with them as well, but it brings out the inner kid in you, it really does. I should be getting some more from Sir Toys as well. I'm going to be getting the Wave 2. I know they've got some of those in stock at the moment, but these are now hitting Canadian retail. I believe it's Toys R Us that's going to stock these in Canada, so you should be able to find them on the regular toy aisles. So yes, I highly recommend them. My son loves them. They are fun, and the program itself, I can't recommend it enough. It's a very good educational program. It's just fun. Highly recommend it. Thanks everybody for watching. If you found this video useful, give it a big thumbs up, share and subscribe. And until next time, from myself and the Super Wings, goodbye.